Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It is Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and we are doing some Super Bowl Sunday crafting fun. I am going to have a good time tonight, and I hope to deliver that same good time to you. So let me know if you are here. You may be like me, where your significant other is out watching the game. My son that lives here in San Antonio is hosting some friends and family for Super Bowl, and so my hubby is not here. Or you may be on your own and not interested in sports like me. So that is what I thought, that whether you are on your own and not watching the game, or whether you're watching the game and you want a little distraction, I thought I would bring it by way of some little last minute Valentine treats. And we're going to be concentrating on using what you already have, things that you already have at hand, things left over from Christmas to make some cute last minute Halloween treats, Valentine treats. Hey, Margaret, I'm so glad you're here. And Char. So I think you're in Virginia. Char is here from Wisconsin. Kelly, all right, here in San Antonio. Okay, welcome, welcome. I didn't think I'd be alone. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go live on Sunday during the game, and I have a feeling there will be some other people like me who would be happy to either break away from the game and watch, or who are not really into football. So I will say that if they show me some repeats tomorrow of some of the best advertisements, the best commercials, those I enjoy watching the game. Yeah, I would fall asleep, or I would be reading or playing a word game on my phone or something else. So I told my husband, you guys go and you have fun, and I will see you when you get home. So that is what I am doing. We have had a busy Sunday as usual. We had church this morning, and then we had some FaceTime this afternoon with our grandchildren in Virginia. So I'm hoping that you have had a good day and that you are ready to dig into a little stamping fun with me. Okay, I have 3 quick and easy Valentine treats for you. We are going to use, actually we're going to use one other paper that I don't have out, but I'll show you in a minute. I'm using leftover things from Christmas. Because this is great red and white, perfect for your Valentine treats. Now, this paper is the one that's the Hearts of Elegance. I think it's called Marbled Elegance, this one. This is really all-purpose red, can be used for a lot of things. Definitely going to be using my scoreboard. The only thing here that I'm ink-wise, I'm using Cherry Cobbler and Real Red. On everything, we're going really, really classic. Okay, let's start with a tiny treat. It's this one here. Okay, so I have, now, before I go any farther, let me just tell you that if you are on my email list, you will get the tutorials for all 3 of these treats in an email tomorrow. So make sure you're on my email list. I will have I'll have the link up here if you're not already there, okay? So this is the Simply Scored tool. And let me just position, yeah, okay. This is going to work. Okay, so this is a 5.5 by 3 inch piece. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the skinny side, and I'm going to score at 1 inch. Now, this is a directional pattern, so I'm wanting to make sure this is the top. I don't really want these going, they would be okay, but I want them going this way. Now I'm going to go this way across, and I'm going to score at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, and 5. Okay. Now I'm going to put this aside, and we are going to make a tiny, tiny treat holder. This I don't like it when that light, okay, there we go. I don't like it when the light glares. Okay, now we are going to also need a bone folder, and I prefer, on these boxes, I prefer to fold everything to the inside, and I like to score. You can just do this with your hands, but I like to have a really sharp fold line, so I prefer to use a bone folder and really go for it. Didn't come out very well. Let's hope. Let's see. Let me just make sure I'm, okay. 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4. Yeah, that just didn't come out very well. Okay. I must have not pressed down very far. Hey, Gail, I'm glad you're here with me. And hello, Jolene from Minnesota. Well, we've got a number of states represented here. Always extra fun when we've got people from all over the U.S. Okay, now we're going to create a little box. So let's cut off this little guy first. We don't need that tiny little rectangle. And then, okay. And then we're going to, you can just slice these, but I prefer to miter them. I grew up sewing, and mitered corners were very much a thing. And so I like to keep my sewing, my little sewing skills, as it were. I am going to just go ahead and miter that one too. It just makes it a little bit neater and tidier. Okay, now I have my little treat box all ready to go. And I need my 1/8 inch punch. Let me grab it really quick. Okay. On these boxes, I'm going to recommend, or these little treat holders, I'm going to recommend that you use the green glue. And I'm going to just kind of smear it on this little flap. And that is, there's not much more adhesive that I'm going to need. And you do want to make sure that right up here at the top of your little treat holder, that's where you want things to be flush, okay? You know, I would ask you how the game is going, but I confess I wouldn't understand. I probably would not even know. I'm not even sure I know who. I'm not even sure I know who is playing in the game. So, yeah, I am not a sports fan at all. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are playing, and I think that might be who my husband thinks is going to win. I think I asked him before he left. And he told me he was really just going, he doesn't really follow football too much, so he was really just going for the social aspect. I will say I sent some killer cupcakes with him. So yesterday, I thought, well, I'm going to make some kind of a little treat for him to take. And I always like to send him something that he has some dietary restrictions. And so I like to make sure he has something that he can eat with confidence. And so I made cane syrup cupcakes. And I have to say, they came out pretty amazing. Okay, now I'm going to squeeze this at the top. And hey, Simone, I'm so glad that you are here. Hey, Corinne. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to punch like so. Just in the center thereabouts. And that's really just to give me a little closure. And then I can pinch this. Well, I'm way off. Okay, well, I'm way off here. But I think when I tie my bow, oh, Gail, your team is losing so badly. Okay, well, yeah, Simone, yeah, you're not a fan of American or football. You know, my grandchildren, their father, my son-in-law, is Iranian. So they watch soccer. They're not interested at all in football. It's so cute. So I asked them if anybody was watching, and yeah, they weren't really interested in the football match, but, well, they call it a match, you know what I mean. So I think, no, we're not going to go that way. Let's go the other way. I thought we could do that. Yeah. Okay. This is what we're going to do. Now, let me load this. You see how tiny this is? Now, I will say a Lindt chocolate will fit in here, or you can get 2, maybe 3 kisses in here. So this is truly a tiny, yeah, 3 is pushing it. This is a tiny treat holder, and it's going to go like so. Now you have a couple of choices. You can either wrap this all the way around, or you can just thread it through the top. And I think for this one, I'm going to just thread it through the top. And it is preferred to use a skinny ribbon on this. And you can see I've got an extra little hole there, so we'll just ignore that. And I'll give this one to a guy. He won't care. These are great to use up. This is a 5.5 by 3 inch piece of designer paper. So that means you can get 2 out of a 6 by 6 piece of designer paper. And all of my treats for this little presentation, my Valentine treats, I'm really kind of capitalizing on using what you already have. I'm not trying to showcase any brand new products or anything like that. I love doing that, but you know, it's getting pretty close to Valentine's, so I need to use what I already have at hand, and that is the spirit of this right here. Now, I do have a few little heart cutouts to dress this up, and let's just see. I'm going to show you what they come from. So some of you did my paper share last month, and we did projects using Wonderful Thoughts. I absolutely adore this stamp set, and there are dies that I adore equally. Now the dies cut out all these words, but you also get this really flash flower and these 2 little hearts. So these are the hearts that I used. And hey Cindy, I'm so glad you're here with me live. And I'm glad you like my bow. I will say this ribbon ties nicely. So again, just super, super classic, super cute. Now I could just put a couple of hearts on here and be done with it, and I might, but I thought I would give a try to I was looking for a really small little Valentine message. Now this is from the Be My Valentine. Many of us have this from last year. And okay, so Char, you're not a sports fan, but yeah, your hubs is watching. And Kansas has not yet scored. Well, alas, that's making someone sad, and someone else is probably really happy. Now this is tight, but let's see if we can make it work. I think we can. Oh, look at there. Is that perfect or what? Okay, so there you have it. And I will have, like I said, as long as you are an email subscriber, you will get all of these tutorials. So I'll have all those score measurements for you. I will have the products listed. And I do think that's, it's kind of stinking cute if I don't say so myself. And this was my last project I was prepping this afternoon, so I didn't have time to make a sample first as far as the little hearts, but I had a feeling that would work. Now, all of these that I'm going to do for you tonight, I'm doing the back as well. Now maybe we can cover that. So all of these are going to have a cute backside as well as a cute front. So let's just put a little mini glue dot. Now, what is so cute about this, yeah, that's just going to have to be ignored. These little hearts, they have like a little bevel on them. So I don't know if you can see, but it's a little beveled edge. So it's really, really nice. Okay, let's put another one of these. Now, I think for photographs, I'm going to have to redo this because I don't want a hole there. You know, for my demonstration, it's okay. But for the finished photo, I will have. But I do like having, just ignore that right there. I do like having the back equally cute to the front. So these, again, there's 2 Hershey Kisses in there. So if you have a lot of treats to make, this is a really good way to go because it doesn't put a lot of chocolate in here, which keeps your budget in place. And this is 5.5 by 3. You can get 2 out of a piece of 6 by 6. And somebody else can do the math on how many you can get out of a piece of 12 by 12. So that's too much for my brain at this hour on a Sunday. Okay, onward and upward to our next project. I'm going to go, for tonight's demonstration, I'm going to go in order, small, medium, and large, medium for our little treat holders. Actually, probably small, and medium. Okay, let's go to the next one. And now I'm going to use a piece of paper left over from Christmas. And this is from, I think this paper might, no, it's still in the online exclusives. It's not on sale, but it has see, there's your Christmas and there is your Valentine's. So I do like having things that are super versatile. Okay, let's do our scoring. Once again, let's make a little room here. Okay, now, this is a piece of 6 by 4. Move some of this so we can see better. Okay. So, 6 by 4, I think you can get 6 of these out of a piece of 12 by 12, or 1 out of a piece of 6 by 6. Now, this is 6 by 6. So I'm going to use that for something else, an envelope flap or something. Okay, now when you have a simply scored board, which I highly recommend you get if you like to do any kind of 3D projects, you have kind of a skinny tip and there's skinny tip here and a wide tip here. And that is actually designed so that when you are when you're scoring your designer paper, you want to use the fat tip so that it doesn't cut through. Because if you push too hard, you'll actually slice through your designer paper because it's a little bit thinner. And the thin one here is for using on cardstock. So it's just a little tip, and I do like to do it that way. Okay, now I'm going to take my short side first, and once again, I'm going to score at 1 inch. Now I'm going to score this way, or turn it this way, and I'm going to score at 1/2, so it's way over here. And then I'm going to score at 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5. Okay. Now let's move this. And I think you're going to like this. I think you're going to like this a lot. Okay, so we're going to do kind of similar box construction, but that's where the similarities will end. Okay, so we are once again going to fold in on all of our score lines, and that Christmassy looking paper is all going to be hidden, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then here is my 1 inch. I hope that this is a good distraction for you from the game or giving you something to do while the people you're with are watching. Okay, now once again, I'm going to take this little rectangle and I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to, actually I should have mitered this before and I didn't. Okay, so let's just make like skinny triangles. And that is going to make my box come together with just a little bit more ease. It's not so much excess stuff. And it's just a little bit neater and tidier. And I'm all for that. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, now we are once again going to put adhesive on this skinny flap here. And once again, you are going to want to use your green glue. And you want to use just a little bit. You don't want this squidging out and making, where it comes out on the edges. But you do want, kind of the top and the bottom to have some glue. Otherwise, it's, it won't hold together. Now, I like to fold this and then fold it over here so that, yeah. There we go. And then we're just going to fold these two in. And on this one, I actually am going to put a little bit of adhesive on these two fat ones and not on the skinny ones, because it's a little bit different from our first one. Our first one was more of a square, and this is more of a rectangle. Okay. And once again, I'm going to turn this like so. Now you see how it's going to open on you because it's not dry. So if you just take your green glue and stick it down the bottom, it kind of pushes it together, and that is going to keep my box right the way I need it to be. Make sure the sides. Okay, so that is good to go. Now let's put something inside it, because we are going to kind of wrap this little guy up. Now I need another little piece of red cardstock, and I need a little something to decorate. So on our treats, what do I have? Okay, let's see what we can put in here. I can put, these are from one of those mixes. So I've got a little Hershey and a little, now this is, I can actually, yeah, I'm being greedy here. I think I better do that. Or I can put, let's put the Starburst in there, okay? And it can even peek out the top, and I'll show you why. Hey, Elaine, I'm glad you're here with me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use, actually this is called Labeled with Love. How appropriate is that? Labeled with Love, right there. And this is actually the 12 by 12 paper, and it is two-tone. So this side is a little darker, and this side is a little bit lighter, and I think I'm going to go with that lighter side. And what I'm going to do is fold it in half and crease it. We're making a little topper for our little bag. So again, this is kind of my, I should have called these tiny treat, small treat, and medium treat. So this, my first one was the tiny treat. This is the small treat, and then we're going to go to medium next. Now for this, I am going to use my Seal Plus, because I want it to really, really stick. And I'm not worried about somebody ripping this open, because that's what they're going to do. And that's fine with me. So this is going to go like so. And that is going to form the lid, or the closure, for my little treat. That is totally sealed up, and I've got this cute little treat holder. And I've got just one little mini treat in here. And it is ready for just some super simple decor. I've cut two of these little, this is the smallest die from the postage stamps. And this little Kisses and Hugs stamp is from the Hearts of Elegance. And once again, we are going to put a little something on the front and a little something on the back and make it super cute. I'm not even putting any ribbon on this one, but we are putting, actually, I think we're going to come down here. Yeah, let's do that. And again, I am going to use my Seal Plus. You could also think about using your liquid glue on this. To me, that's a really small piece to put liquid glue, and I don't have to. And that is going to go on the front, and that is going to go on the back, because then you can't tell which is which, and it doesn't matter, and it looks cute from the front and the back. And then I'm going to take my free sequins from Celebration now through the end of February only. This is a free item. I love these. This is left from my card class yesterday. So these are, actually, you get white, you get pink, and you get purple on these. And I wonder how the pink looks. Kind of blends in too much. We'll go with white. So there are, I've cut this in half because we were using them in card class yesterday. But you have white, pink, and purple on these sequins. So that way I've got just super quick and simple, super easy. So there's number 1 and there is number 2. So tiny and small. Now we're going to go medium. Okay, how is the game going? We are 30 minutes into Facebook Live. This is Super Bowl Sunday, Facebook Live, making quick and easy Valentine treats. And I'm really kind of keying in on things that you might already have left over. Have on hand, this is paper from Christmas. And I'm going to do another one from Christmas. And just a reminder, I will have tutorials for all 3 of these projects in my email that goes out tomorrow. So make sure you're on my email list to receive these. Okay, one more. Let's see where we're going to go. So I'm going to show you the one, and we're going to make it with a little bit different paper. So this one is a Kit Kat slider, and we are going to make the second one or my sample one, using Moody Mauve. So this is the same paper here. Super cute, super quick, super easy. I can untie this, and this is the white, this is the ribbon from the annual catalog, and I've used it on both these projects. And this will slide my Kit Kat out, okay? So this is a Kit Kat slider, and so this is small, tiny, small, and medium. Let's make this in a slightly different color and just see which one we like better. Or actually, to be honest with you, we're just going to do what we have on hand. And that's what I'm really kind of keying in on. Use up some of that Christmas paper for Valentine's and do something a little different with it. Okay. Now I've got another scoring, which means I need to clear the decks here a little bit. We've got one more scoring project. And okay, now I have a piece of cardstock this time, and we're going to decorate it with designer paper. So this is actually made from designer series paper, and this is made from designer series paper. Our next one is made from cardstock. Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you're joining me, and thank you so much for sharing. So this is where we're going to go next, this third one. Tiny, small, and medium, or tiny, small, and, yeah, tiny, small, and medium. Okay. Now, this is 8 3/8 by 3 3/8, and that means you can get 3 of these out of a single piece of cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to score it at 4. And then I'm going to flip it, I'm going to score it at 4. And that's going to create my center. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to score it at 3/8, which is way over here. And then I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to score it at 3/8 again. Okay. So there's my scoring done. And next, we are going to, on this one, before I start scoring everything, I'm actually going to cut this out because I think it's easier to do it before you start folding this up. So I'm just going to nip this little square out like so. And this holds 1 Kit Kat bar. Now this is a regular Kit Kat bar, so this is going to go to people that are, well, I wouldn't make 100 of these. I'd make 100 of the little ones that hold the two Hershey Kisses, but these I would make, fewer of. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these to the inside, and again, we're going to we're going to burnish really, really well with the bone folder because we want to have nice crisp edges on this. Okay, now once again we are going to put a tiny amount of liquid glue, and let me show you, this is too wide. Trust me, I would have loved to have used this, but it's too wide, so you really do need your liquid glue, and once again you want to use it sparingly. So, and that's, I think, probably one of my biggest issues with liquid glue is because I tend to splodge it, and I definitely want to get it right along the edges there. Okay, and then I'm going to do it here as well. Whoopsie. Okay, now let's bring it together, and I forgot to, well, we forgot this one. Let's see if we can score that a little bit because I forgot it. Okay, now that is going to fold up like so, and we are going to squeeze in the sides. Now, one of the things that you might want to do at this point is you can go ahead and just put your Kit Kat in here, and it makes it a little bit easier to press down, because then, well, maybe not. Maybe not, because I think I'm getting it on my candy bar. I just need something a little bit sturdy in there so that when I'm pressing, you know, I can't get my glue bottle down in there like I could on the others. So maybe once I get it a little bit farther along, then I can put, yeah, there we go. Now I can put my little Kit Kat down in there. Okay. Now, you know, this is measured out for a Kit Kat bar. You could do the same type thing with a different size candy bar. You would just have to measure it out a little bit differently. So, okay. So, and what I like about this is it's a nice tight fit. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I need to take this out. I need to make sure all of that is nice and dry. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to put these on there before it dries, or before I take the Kit Kat out. Okay, this is paper that is from the Iconic Celebrations, and I believe this one is actually on sale. So not a huge savings. It was initially $12.50 and now it's $11.25. So you could, you know, this is super cute with the what do you call it, champagne. But I am going to put the hearts, and I like this because it is cherry cobbler and Moody Mauve. Now I'm doing this on purpose because I need to have a little place up there to tie and a little place up there to put my my ribbon through, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take this out because now I need to create the slider, and you see I didn't get that totally flush, so I'm just going to nip that so that it's a little bit more even. And now I'm going to use my 1/8 inch punch, and I'm going to just do it right about there. I think that's the center. Why is that not going? Okay, let's do it the easy way. Okay, and then we'll go this side. There. Okay, didn't want to go through those cardstocks for some reason. Okay, now I'm going to take an 18-inch length of ribbon. Now this is the cherry cobbler ribbon. Again, using my leftovers from Christmas. Now, and I will point out, this Iconic Celebrations paper, it has in it Christmas, fall, Valentine's. I don't think it had any Halloween, if I remember correctly. But it had kind of several seasons. And I think, oh, and it had like New Year's. Now, I am going to thread this through. And I think I'm going to thread it through backwards, as it were. Let's get this. Here we go. So this is project number 3. This is the Kit Kat slider box. So let's pull this at about half, and this is going to go right down like so, and that is going to tie like so. And you see how it's nice and tight? I will say this one, it's a little late. Well, this would actually mail because it's pretty firm, as long as you had some bubble wrap around it. But it's a nice tight one. This is going to go to my physical therapy doctor. A full Kit Kat bar is just what the doctor needs. I think he'll enjoy it. May take it home for his kids, but I think he'll break into it. Now that is not. I want that to be a little bit prettier, so I'm going to mess with it just a wee bit. Okay, we'll come back to that. Okay, now I have some hearts here, and these are from the Hearts of Elegance, and I have some cherry cobbler ink, and this is from Hearts and Hugs, something like that. Let me see what the stamp set's called. It is called, I used it in my card class yesterday, Hearts of Love, Hugs. Somebody's going to come up with it before I do. Let me see. Here we go. Hugs for Love. Some of you may have already gotten this. I will say we used this at my card class yesterday. This is what we made at my card class yesterday. And what I like about this is I love this little tiny heart stamp. But these are really good sayings. There is a Happy Valentine's Day, which I appreciate. But all of these others you can use year-round. So it's a great stamp set. Okay. Let's finish this guy up. Now, once again, I'm going to put Happy Valentine's, well, not once again. I am going to put something on the front and something on the back. So let's get Happy Valentine's Day for the front. And I'm using the cherry cobbler ink. And then I'm going to put lots of hugs and kisses on the back. Super cute. Super tidy. I'm digging it. And I could put this up on dimensionals, but you know, a lot of times with treats, I like to just keep it. Yeah. I think we're just going to go flat. And that way, if you're transporting a lot of them, you know, you don't have to worry about things coming off. Oh, I wanted that one on the back. Let's put this on the back. Lots of hugs and kisses. And on the front, we're going to put Happy Valentine's Day. So this would also be a super cute little treat idea for like a baby shower or something, to give everybody a Kit Kat. I think is pretty nice little something something. Now these again are the little adhesive back sequins, and these are from the Free with Celebration. And I'm just going to grab some of these light pink ones. And look how perfect that is. I mean, I am loving it. So this is the third of my quick and easy Valentine treats. I'm not going to put any sequins on the back. But yeah, Hugs for Love is a really nice stamp set. You're right, Cindy. So there we have it. We have project number 3 in 2 different colors. And I don't know, you guys tell me, do you have a strong preference on these, or do you kind of equally like them both? I think they both really work. And my thought was, I just want to use paper I already have, particularly Christmas paper, and I want to get some treats made because Valentine's Day is next week, and I need to get these done. So done is better than perfect, although I think these are pretty perfect, honestly. And that is super quick and easy. We have the red and we have the pink. This is a little bit more elegant because I used the gold edged ribbon. But if I use the white ribbon, it would kind of bring it back down into a little bit more of a casual look. And then here is our, this is our medium, this is our small, and this is our tiny. So there you have 3 quick and easy Valentine treats. If you are on my email list, you will get the tutorials for all of these. And like I said, the tutorial is mainly about the scoring and the assembly. It will give you all of the supplies in case you're wondering, what was that stamp set she used or something like that. Oh, Char and Cindy, I'm so glad you like them all. They're fun to make, you know. I will say, when I'm doing stuff like this and I'm making a lot, I need to get 34 made by next week. Then I want something that's quick and easy. So these are actually going to go for the techs, and these are going to go for my main physical therapy doctor, and then the one that I use when he's gone. There's another one. So and you guys may think I talk about physical therapy a lot. It's a major part of my life. So I go twice a week and have been for years, but I'm doing what I can to stay on my feet. And so those doctors, they become like your family. And so this is where I am going to be making quick, easy, and fun. And so my goal with this was to use up what I have, to make them quick and easy so they don't take a lot of time. I'm able to just grab from my stash and execute quickly. So I could easily be watching a Hallmark movie while I'm making these. I will say, if you're making a whole bunch, my recommendation for like this, I'm going to be making a bunch of these. I might make a bunch of these too, is to just do all your scoring at once, and then you can sit down and you can put them together, and you can, tie them up and stuff them with your little Hershey Kisses. And that is it. So once again, make sure that you are subscribed to my email. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this and that it has inspired you to make some Valentine treats. And I will say one more thing. I've always got something else to say. Which is sad but true. These kinds of things, I think you could easily continue to pass these out after Valentine's Day if you have just this. You can easily just leave off the Valentine's, because I do like to think of February really as the month of love. And I think it's easy to pass these out after Valentine's Day and say, hey, I didn't see you before Valentine's Day, but look, this is just to show you that I appreciate you. And I want to see you hopefully have a smile come on your face today. Okay, that's it. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow my blog at sweetstamper.com, where I also share things, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching YouTube, and follow my Facebook page. Typically, I am here on Facebook Live every Thursday at 7 p.m. And once in a while, we have a little pop-up event like today. Thank you so much for tuning in on Super Bowl Sunday. Take care and God bless.